feels so abstract. Yeah, it's complicated. What you say, the way you act, well, it makes me so confused. I don't know what to do anymore. Can't you just make up your mind? My heart drops when you play around. How can you be up when I'm down? Don't wanna think about it right now. Maybe you just wanna be friends, but there's a fight when we are talking. Maybe you just wanna pretend, but I can read between the lines. Even if I can't deny that all the things you said are hurting, still wanna be with you. I think you want it too. 'Cause baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be. No, baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be. How it hurts to see you smile, like a dagger in me. She just seems so juvenile. I just want it to be me. I wanna set your world on fire. Oh, just so sure I'll stick around. Oh, my heart drops when you play around. How can you be up when I'm down? Don't wanna think about it right now. Maybe you just wanna be friends, but there's a fight when we are talking. Maybe you just wanna pretend, but I can read between the lines. Even if I can't deny that all the things you said are hurting, still wanna be with you. I think you want it too. 'Cause baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be. Oh, even if I can't deny that all the things you said are hurting, still wanna be with you. I think you want it too. 'Cause baby, I don't wanna be. Oh, baby, I don't wanna be. No, baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for.
Hey everybody, Brandy Mahon here from Stamp Me Some Love, the host of the Card Maker Success Summit. We are in day 3 today, and we only have 2 days left, or actually 1.5. So I want to see the comments. Yeah, I want to see in the comments what you're enjoying so far from the summit, what technique you've picked up. Who are some of your favorite speakers? Who are some of your favorite sponsors? Light it up. Just show me all the love. What is inspiring you this weekend? So that's what I want to see. All right. So I've got a few announcements to make. One is tonight is our VIP virtual crop, and we will be doing that on Zoom. It will not be recorded, so there will be no replay. There's nothing really going to be demonstrated. It's just going to be a fun place for us to all gather and hang out and start working on these cards that we have learned over the past couple of days. Some of the speakers will be in the crop tonight, and so when we do our breakout rooms, hopefully you will get a chance to interact with some of the speakers. That's going to be a lot of fun. I want to remind VIP members that you must register for the Zoom meeting. All of the details in the VIP All Access Pass, it is in there. And let me see if I can put up the tutorial video. If I can remember where I put it. Let me see. I have so many banners that I have saved here that I cannot find it. All right. Well, if any of my moderators or if Lisa, who is backstage, can find that navigation tutorial, I believe you can find it in the saved replies in our Help Scout under navigation. So if you'll text that to me, I just want to make sure it's the correct one before I post it on the screen. But anyway, so getting back to where you can find the information on the VIP virtual crop. So in your VIP All Access Pass, remember it's done in different sections. So there's the welcome section, there's the crafty demonstrations section, there's the live streams, and then there is the bonuses. In the welcome section, there's different pages, and you're going to find a page devoted on the virtual crop. So that's where you need to go to get the link to register. You have to register because once you register, it's going to send you the actual link you're going to use to log in. The other thing to note is that the room has a capacity of 1,000 different participants. I lost my train of thought there. Somebody was pinging me on Slack, probably because they have the link to that video. Let me just double check to see if this is the right video. And then I'll put it on. Yes, this is the correct video. All right, so let me go ahead and just save that. Let's see if I can post it. It's not going to be a pretty link, so if my team can help me post it in the chat, that would be great. So let me just go ahead and create a banner here. This is the VIP navigation tutorial. I had a really pretty link where it was easy to remember. So you guys may not be able to go to that, but that's it. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll probably find it there as well. So, so anyway, thank you, Harriet, for finding that. And if you guys could start sharing it in the group so we make sure that we get that link out there. So what I was saying is that you need to register to get the link for Zoom. The room has a capacity of 1,000 people. I can't increase it any more than that. We've sold over 1,000 VIP All Access Pass members, all Access Passes. But I will say you that so far, the last time I looked, only 400 or 500 people have registered for the crop. So I don't think there's going to be a problem people getting in. That being said, always want to encourage you to get there early and get your seat. All right. Now let's see. The other thing I wanted to talk about in terms of the VIP All Access Pass, I'm still getting people emailing me saying that they're a VIP member and they're clicking on the link and it says expired. The presentation expired. That is because you are clicking on the schedule page, which is in that welcome section. And those links actually go to the Cardmaker Success Summit website where those presentations are only available for 24 hours. I put that schedule in the VIP All Access Pass because I wanted you to have an easy link to get to the page where the speakers are going to be when they start talking and chatting in the box. Now, if you'll just scroll down that VIP All Access Pass, you'll see a big section there where it says crafty demonstrators or crafty speaker demonstrators. That's where you're going to find the videos forever and ever. All right, so that's where you're going to find all the different presentations. That's where you're going to find the link for the freebies. That's where you're going to find their worksheets, where you're going to find their transcript. All of that's going to be right there. The other thing to note is that if you're having any support issues getting access to any of the speakers' freebies or all access pass bonuses that they've contributed, you need to direct that to the speaker themselves directly. I do not have access to those resources. They are hosted on their platforms. Last but not least, I want to make sure that you guys are looking at the bonuses at the bottom of the VIP All Access Pass. Some of those bonuses are going to be expiring in the next couple of days. So you need to make sure that you're going in there and checking out all the bonuses and make sure you're not missing anything. All right, so I'm going to take that VIP ugly link down. And I do have another confession to make. So last night we had a fabulous live stream with Ellen Hudson. If you missed it, definitely you want to go back and take a look at it. She showed us all kinds of cool ways to use her piercing plate. And she's got a lot of stuff planning coming up regarding those 2 different piercing plates that she has come out with. I neglected to share, my bad, her promo code that she was going to be offering for the live stream last night. So I talked with her and she agreed to extend it for you guys. And it's my fault. I forgot to do it. It was it just slipped my mind. So I'm so sorry. So right now I am scrolling down at the bottom there, the promo link for you guys. It expires tonight at midnight. I have PST on there, Pacific Standard Time. I haven't confirmed that with Ellen. That's where she's located, so I'm assuming that's where when it expires. So if that's not the case, please do not shoot me. There is a promo code there, CMS Live. That's what you need to use to get 15% off your entire order. Now, if any of you have been around for a while, you know Ellen Hudson has some really great quality products, and you definitely don't want to miss out on that little promo that she's got going on until midnight tonight. All right, so let's see here. I think, what time is it? Oh my goodness, I have gone 8 minutes over for Nicole's spot, so we need to get her on. I'm so sorry, Nicole. We're going to be doing the rest of our giveaways after the live streams, and if we don't finish them up during midday, then I will finish them up tomorrow. All right, Nicole, give me a big thumbs up if you're ready to come on board. Yay, all right. Hey,
Hi,
Nicole, how are
hi.
you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, good. I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad that you are here.
Me too. I'm excited to show you guys what I have. I'm a little
Awesome.
nervous, but
That's okay. So Nicole is the owner of Right at Home Shop, and she has graciously agreed to be one of our sponsors for the Card Maker Success Summit. So she's going to be showing some really cool projects that she's been working on. And I will tell you, I think she's been sneak peeking them on Instagram. I've been
yeah.
checking out her Instagram handle over the last couple of days. So I'm hoping what she has been posting there is what she's going to show us today because they looked adorable. All right, Nicole, are you ready to go full screen?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to give you the stage.
Okay.
All right, there you go.
Okay, so hi everyone. I'm Nicole. I just wanted to kind of give a little bit of an introduction. So, I'm the owner of Right at Home Shop, and if you haven't heard of us before, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a backstory. So, Right at Home was actually it was started by my mom and my grandma as a brick and mortar scrapbooking store in our hometown. And they started it when I was really little. So, naturally, as a kind of kid growing up in a scrapbooking store, I was exposed to all different types of paper and stickers and just different forms of paper crafting and creativity in general. And when I was about 14, that's when I discovered card making. And I think kind of at that time, there was more of a shift in the industry towards card making, and it was just becoming more and more popular. And also at that time was when I discovered the online crafting community. So YouTube and Instagram. And I was just so excited to see so many people online sharing their cards. And so, kind of from that, we decided because of our just a shift in our own personal interests, but also with the shift towards card making interest amongst our customers, we decided to become more of a card making store. So we started carrying stamps and dies, stencils, embossing folders, all those types of things. And I also kind of presented the idea of creating our own product line. So I established our online store. I designed our online store and I did research into manufacturing and how to use all the different design programs. And kind of from that, we started our line with this stamp set. It's called Happy Mail. And it's just this little 3x4 set. At that time, I was really into hosting Happy Mail swaps. So that's kind of where this came from. And actually, one of the ones I'm giving away as part of my giveaway is this second one called Happy Mail Year 2. So I try to just keep expanding the line, and you use these for decorating your envelopes. So just to kind of fast forward to today, a few years ago, my mom and grandma did decide to close our physical store, but we are solely online now. And now that I'm a little bit older and have graduated college, I'm now the primary owner of Right at Home. And my mom and grandma are more kind of in the background helping me with things behind the scenes. And when I'm designing products, one thing that I really like to keep in mind is one thing that I say to myself when I'm designing is like, I like to create products that make your heart happy. And that kind of came from just my own personal desire. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. We use card making and just paper crafting and stamping as a form of self-expression and just, you know, actualizing our creative desires and experimenting. And I think kind of through that, it's an act of self-love, right? Like we like creating, and this is what we're just naturally born to do. So that kind of manifests in my products as things that are versatile and things that are exciting to use. So that's really important to me when designing, so that when you sit down to create, you just have the best time creating. So with that said, I think I'm ready to flip down, if that's okay.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So let's do this. Oh, look at you. You've got it all set up. Awesome.
Just move this back. So this is the die set that I'll be featuring today. I chose this one specifically because I know the theme of the summit is year-round occasion card making. And with this one die set, you'll actually be able to create beautiful wreath cards that you can send all year round. So you'll see in the center here, we have this wreath. And then around here, we have all different types of leaf shapes. There's a bow. There's some different flowers. And then these two pieces, or there's a few more as well, actually become ornaments. So I know when you're looking at it, it can be a little bit confusing. So on our website, I have this seasonal wreath layering guide, and this shows you just how to put all the different pieces together to decorate the wreath. And then on the second page, I actually have some arrangement examples. So I thought that this would be the perfect die to kind of show you some different projects that can take you all year. So I'm going to start with a kind of fall example here. So I'm going to be showing you some card projects and then also showing you some like little techniques that I incorporated on each card to kind of bring the dies, the die cuts to life. So on these ones, I don't know if you can kind of tell here. Yeah, you can see the texture and kind of that variation in color. And I did that using Distress Oxide inks. And I think that that type of ink really lends itself to creating leaves because you're able to get kind of that texture and just that really fun kind of fall look. So here I have a piece of Bristol Smooth cardstock that I ink blended with different Distress Oxide colors. I have peeled paint, wild honey, fossilized amber, and candied apple in the center. And I just splattered that with water. And when you pick up the color, you get these really fun, kind of like oxidized spots. And I took the dies, and when I was die cutting them, I would make sure to kind of like place it in a certain spot where once it was die cut, there would be 2 or 3 different colors in one leaf. And how that kind of turned out was like this leaf here where you have the yellow and it kind of blends to the green. So I thought that was just a really fun technique to incorporate for the fall version of this card. And one other thing I wanted to point out was you'll see the wreath itself actually isn't cut from green. So I know when we think of wreaths, we think of like that deep, kind of foresty green, for like the holidays. But I suggest that you try different colors. So, like with these two, I try to kind of mimic that kind of twig wreath that sometimes you see hanging on doors. So, I used a light beige here, and for this one, I used a darker brown. And on this card, there's also the touches of blue, just to kind of add some contrast. So, try incorporating different colors that might not be typical because you can get a really fun look. And you can see on this one there's the little acorn, and you just kind of get that fun texture from the inks and the oxidizing. So that's kind of the fall version.
That's beautiful, Nicole.
Thank
Beautiful.
you. So moving on to the holiday version, this is the kind of Christmassy type wreath with the ornaments. So you can see how those ornaments layer together there. I cut the tops from gold foil cardstock and just used 2 different layers or 2 different colors and put those together. And what I wanted to show you with this one was I wanted to try to achieve more of a fluffy wreath look. So what I did was I have one here cut from a darker green cardstock, and then I have a second one cut from a lighter green cardstock. And if you were to put these on top of each other, they kind of, because of the colors, they do achieve that more depth and fluffier look. But what I decided to do was actually take this second one and flip it upside down. And I did that because then when you layer them on top of each other, you can see the leaves go clockwise this way. But when you flip it upside down, now there's a layer where the leaves go counterclockwise. So
Oh,
when you layer
that's
those,
clever. Yeah.
you can see you have, you have, you can see up here leaves going in both directions. And then I just would
Awesome.
put glue on this little thin ring piece, and that way you're just able to fluff up some of the other leaves on the sides.
So sweet. Nicole, we have a question from Deborah asking, how did you get the wood background? I think it was on the previous card.
Oh, this is actually, I believe, Ranger sells the wood grain embossed cardstock.
Gotcha.
So that's what was used on this.
Cool. Thank you.
Sure. And then actually, I'll bring these back in because I wanted to show you. In the center here of these two, you'll see I have these 2 sentiments. Those come from these 2 stamp sets. And these 2 were actually designed to go with the wreath because what you'll see is that a lot of these sentiments fit exactly in the center. And that's so that you're able to create a really, packed wreath, but still be able to incorporate your sentiment onto the front. So I just wanted to show that. And then also, one tip I have for when you're using the little die cuts is using a quick stick. This is definitely a lifesaver when it comes to, putting all the different pieces on the ornaments and then the veins on the leaves. So, or you could also, use your colored cardstocks backed with an adhesive sheet. That way you're able to just easily put them together.
What's the name of that tool?
This is the Quick Cuts Quick Stick.
Do
And
you sell that in your store?
I don't.
Where does that come from?
I believe you can get these pretty much anywhere online. Simon Says Stamp or like Ellen Hudson.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, this is really helpful. Okay, so
Now, I do have a comment here from Artistically Creative. She says, I do believe this particular wreath set is the most versatile I've ever seen. She wants to know how much it costs.
Oh, that would have been good to know. Give me 1 second.
We can come back to that if you'd like.
Okay. It's $29.99 on our website.
Awesome.
Okay. So now we're going to move into spring. I hope you guys are having spring weather wherever you guys are. So here's one version of this spring wreath. And what you'll actually notice here is that there's not an actual wreath glued down, but we still have that shape in the background.
Okay.
So I'm going to demo this. So here I have a piece of watercolor paper, and I just cut it with a frame. And then here is our wreath, and I actually cut it from sticker paper. And I glued it, or just stuck it down here, and I made sure to really push it down so that all of the little leaves are stuck. And now I'm going to go in with an ink pad. Here I'm just using Catherine Pooler Seafoam. I'm going to kind of squeeze that a little bit so that we get some ink on. I'm going to do a little bit more so that we get some ink on the cap. And then I'm going to go in with a water brush. This is just a Nuvo water brush. And squeeze a little bit into the cap. And then I will go in and start kind of painting over that sticker. So if you have masking paper, you can use that instead. I did try using like a thick cardstock before because I was hoping to save the die cut after to use, but I found that with the paper, unless you have like a temporary adhesive that really sticks well, it doesn't work as well. So I prefer using the kind of sticker paper. And you're just going to go around. And I love this color. It's a really pretty bluish spring green, but you could do a traditional green, or if you wanted to do this same card with the leaves, you could do the brown.
And you're using watercolor paper, correct?
Yep.
Base? Okay.
Yep, this is, I believe it's Canson XL watercolor paper. Just going around, trying to blend out those edges as well. And you'll notice I'm kind of keeping the watercolor in this same circular fashion. So even though we're not using the wreath, I still want it to kind of look like one. So I'm not going like all the way to the edges or anything.
Right.
And blending out any harsh lines. And so once you're done with that, what you're going to want to do is either set it aside to dry or heat it with a heat tool. So I have one that I already heated so that we don't have to listen to that. So I'll move this aside.
Okay.
And we have this one that's already done. And we'll do the reveal. So
this is the best part.
Yep. So I hope this, oops. Okay, so peel some of those leaves off, and then kind of once you get a big piece, then it'll start coming. And you can see when you
think we have lost your video because you are frozen.
Oh, oops. Okay, hold on.
Oh, okay, you're back.
There we go.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Keep peeling that off, and it comes off pretty easily. Get this last piece here. And then you'll see we have that wreath.
Nice.
So that's just kind of another way to use it. And I feel like this really kind of lends itself to the springish feel. And for the flowers, I used some more ink pads in different colors and just colored some watercolor paper, and then die cut them using one of the flower dies and just kind of arranged those. And then for the sentiment here, I used our script greetings die set in the coordinating stamp set. And this stamp set is actually one of the ones that I'm giving away at the end of the stream. So I used the blessed word and the to know you from the stamp set. So these two pieces, this duo of products, they coordinate really well together, but they also can be used by themselves. So with this die, we have the blessed, and so you can cut that straight from paper, which is what I did here. And then it also has the die to kind of give it a little matte layer, which you could do if you wanted to. But you can also use that bubble layer to actually cut out the stamped words that are in the stamp. So with that one die, you can kind of use it two different ways, and then the stamp also has the kind of coordinating sentiments that complete the phrase. So I wanted to show this as well because I know it's a very versatile duo of products as well, and can also bring you throughout the year. We have blessed, hello, thank you, and celebrate. So
I have a question. Did you handwrite those sentiments as far as the scripting, or was that done on the computer?
No, that was done on the computer, actually.
Yeah. It's beautiful writing.
Thank you. Yeah, it's some of our most popular items. All right, and then for this next card, I have this one. And on this one, I actually wanted to show you how you can take your dies and create stencils. So this background here with the flowers, that's actually one of the dies, and it's actually stenciled onto there. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I have this product here, which is called stencil paper. I just added this to the shop because I've been loving this technique, and I've been using it. I used it on some Valentine's cards, and now I've made this spring card. But basically, it's just a stencil material. You can see it's typical to, traditional stencils, but you're able to die cut it. So from the center here of these pieces, I cut those flowers from the die set. And then I also cut one that has the center of the flower. So I'm just going to show you. I'm not going to do the whole panel, but I will show you how I added the color. So I'm going to go in with It's a Girl, just a light pink, in a blending brush. And what I recommend when you're going to be doing stenciled backgrounds like this, where you're using little images to fill the whole back, I recommend starting in the bottom corner and kind of working your way from the middle out. And that way you're able to not be left with spots that are too small for another flower, but the kind of are, they may look kind of draw your eye if you're not able to put something there. So I recommend kind of starting in the bottom corner. Just add a little bit of color, and when you lift that off, you'll have kind of the little flower shape. And I made my stencils a little bit bigger just to kind of for demo purposes, but if you wanted to be more conservative with the paper, you could do that. And it comes in 6x6 sheets, and I cut these down to 3x3. And what's great is because it's like traditional stencil material, you're able to see through it. So you can see where you've already stenciled a flower and where, you need to go next. So you can see, because we're kind of just doing a light color here, it goes pretty quickly. So you can also, if you wanted to incorporate more colors, if you wanted to do more than just pink, just do a couple more. And then I'll show you the center. So you can see how that's kind of coming along there. And then I'll go in and add the centers, which is when I think it really starts to pop. So I'm using this pretty yellow color. So I just got it on my finger. And I'll just line that up. And I'm going to use these little detail blending brushes. These I think are also from Ranger. Just kind of pick that up. And then again, because it's see-through, you're able to line it up perfectly in the center. Add a little bit of color. And then you have that flower. Just move it over. You have the flower. Keep going. So you can use this material with any of your background dies and turn them into stencils. And because it's a durable material, you're able to just, if you store your products in stamp pockets, just throw this stencil in the back of the stamp pocket and you'll have it for next time. So there you go. You can see how we created that little flower background that when you finish and cover the entire panel looks like this. So it's just a really fun background, and it just stretches your supplies because you're able to actually use it to create stencils. So you can do this with any standalone die set that you have. Okay, and for the wreath, I also wanted to show you, when I was designing this card, I felt like I really wanted the background to be the focal point, but I did also want to incorporate the wreath. So I kind of felt that the white was a little bit too bare, but I felt like an entire green wreath was a little bit too much. It kind of competed. So what I decided to do was use another one of those tiny blending brushes. And also, let me point this out. I actually glued 3 of these wreaths together on top of each other so that it has a little bit more dimension and is a little bit sturdier. And then I'm going to go in with just a light green. Pick that up, and I'm just going to dab it right along that inner ring piece. And you can see how it just kind of adds that little bit of color so that it pops off the background, but it also is subtle enough that it doesn't compete with the background.
What color is that green?
This is Memento Pear Tart.
Thank you.
And then, so once you finish that, you'll see you'll get kind of the white edges and the green in the center. And I did this same type of thing with the flowers. So these are actually the same flowers as the background, but they're actually die cut from paper. And in the center, I used another one of these blending tools and just added a little bit of the same yellow that I used on the background to just kind of give those a little bit of color. And in the center, I actually used the die that goes with one of the ornaments. These 2 little pieces actually, let me show you. It's those 2 pieces that go on this ornament here.
Oh, okay.
To the flower centers because I really wanted like a solid gold look.
That's so cute.
Thank you. And let me show you. So on the sentiment here, this again uses that script greetings die set, and you'll see it's actually foiled. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have been, seeing that foiling is super popular right now, and I did just recently get a glimmer machine. And one thing I tried to do was foil an entire piece of cardstock. It didn't come out perfectly because I was still playing with the settings. So this is what I ended up with, right? It's kind of like looks like it should just go in the trash, but I actually decided to lay the word die, the celebrate. I decided to just lay that so that the top of it was using up that little bit of foil, and the rest was just from the white. And when I die cut it, I got that kind of like
Like a
trailing foiling.
ombre.
Yeah,
Yeah, like a kind of like an ombre. Yeah. I just picked up the glimmer system as well, and I
yeah.
I think I've foiled one thing on it. I still need to figure it out.
Yeah, I found that with some of the tutorials, they were suggesting more pressure. My machine needs very minimal pressure, so I have still been experimenting with it, and I'll be showing you another card with foiling, but don't throw those pieces away, cut some words from them, and you get this really cool effect. And then I also used the shadow die cut from vellum there just to help it kind of stand out more, give me another place to add some glue to glue it to the wreath, and you just have a really fun spring card.
Awesome. That's beautiful.
Thank you. Okay, and then I have one more project here. This one is actually doesn't necessarily relate to any season, but I just kind of wanted to show you another way of using these products. So you'll notice the wreath is actually foiled onto this cardstock. So I was able to figure out my pressure, and I just used the die. And if you didn't know, you can actually use your cutting dies for foiling. So what you'll do is you'll put your die onto your heat platform with the die facing up, so the cutting edge facing up. You'll put your foil with the shiny side on top, and then a piece of paper, and then the sandwich, and you run that through. And what you'll get is the foiled, kind of like the outline of the foiled wreath on your cardstock. So I did that, and then you'll see I did the same with the sentiment. And what you get is just the outline of the sentiment. And then I used the outer layer die to cut that out.
That's amazing, Nicole. I love how you have just come up with all kinds of different ways to create cards with just one die set.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Thank you. And these flowers are cut just from traditional foiled cardstock. Those are also in the die set, and they're actually, you can use them for any of the seasons, but they're kind of more of a poinsettia shape. But I think they work really well for this card, and this could be given to a couple for their anniversary or as just a wedding card. And then I also foiled, this is just a panel I haven't made a card with yet, but this is what it looks like in gold. So that would be really
Nice.
pretty for the holidays. So let me lay out all my cards here so you can see them. We have the spring version, we have Christmas, fall.
So many cards from just one die set. That's amazing.
Yes, thank you. That's one thing I really try to show, because I know we can sometimes just get a lot of new things and sometimes we forget about what we have, but really try to just look at your products in different ways and incorporate different techniques so that it's just kind of makes it fresh and fun. And when I design my products, that is something I keep in mind, is making sure that they're super versatile and can be used all different kinds of ways.
Awesome.
So
All right. Well, are you ready to do your giveaway?
I am.
Awesome. Okay, so let's change your camera so we can see your beautiful face.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Here we go.
Yeah. All right, you guys. So let's take a look. Let me come back up to the screen as well. Let's take a look at what she is giving away. So Nicole was so gracious to send me that scripted stamp set. I will tell you, she's very clever because now I need the die. So I'm going to have to go to her store and pick that up. And then here is that other little 4x3 stamp set that kind of expands from her original line. I love how you have kept the original stamp set. That's
Yeah.
really cool. Awesome. All right, so who wants to win this? Now I do want to see in the comments who is new to Right at Home Shop. I know we've been seeing a lot of comments in the section here where folks are excited because they've never heard of you before.
Oh, cool.
And two, they are really impressed with your creativity. So I think,
Thank you.
Nicole, you're in the right spot right now in terms of finding your people, because they are all saying they're new, they're new, they're new. I've never heard of this shop. And so they are all going to your store right now to check it out. So that's awesome.
Thank
All
you,
right, so let's
guys.
do this giveaway. All right. All right, so the winner for the Right at Home Shop die set bundle pack is going to, drum roll, looks like it's going to Susan. Susan's last name starts with an R and ends with an S. So Susan, we'll be emailing you over the next couple of days to first to confirm you're not a bot, get your address, and then I'll be sending that information to Nicole so she can send that giveaway out to you directly. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much, Nicole. Is there any last minute things you want to share with us?
If you want to kind of stay in touch and just kind of continue following us on our journey, you can go to our website. It's rightathomeshop.com, and you can sign up for our email list where I kind of send out different updates about what's coming.
Awesome. Do you do any regular lives, or where can they catch you that way?
I'm primarily on Instagram, and our handle is Right at Home. And then I also do have a Facebook group, and it's Right at Home Shop. I do want to start getting into more lives, but I'm not as good as you, Brandy, yet.
Oh my goodness, Nicole, you've done a fabulous job, and I think
Thank you.
everybody's going to want more of you now.
Okay.
So get ready.
Yeah, I'll try doing some more soon.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, you guys. Well, we're going to say goodbye to Nicole, and thank you so much for coming on and showing your amazing talent. Really do appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Bye, guys.
Bye. Everybody give some love, some hearts for Nicole.
Thanks.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh my goodness. Wasn't that refreshing? Oh my goodness. I love the creativity that Nicole has. It was amazing to see all those different types of cards that she did from one die set. And I'm loving it that she actually designed it. I mean, I think that's great. All right, you guys. So let's see what time we've got. We have some time for some giveaways. So let's do it. We've already done that. And I think I have a lot. Here it is. Let's see. Who are we giving away today? All right, so let's do. Okay, I'm gonna do the overhead camera here. All right, so we have Too Cute Ink. It's a digital stamp company, and she's giving away these 2 digital stamps. And I've just sort of printed it out on some paper here so you can kind of see the idea of what she has done with those digital stamps. We have a presentation, I don't remember if it's today or tomorrow, with Marcia, and she's going to be showing you how to do scene building with stamps. So if you're new to digital stamps, make sure you check out Marcia's presentation. All right, so we're going to go ahead and give that away. So the winner of the Right at Home, Too Cute Ink digital stamp bundle is Martha. Martha, and last name starts with a J and ends with an N. All right, Martha. Okay, so let's give away. What do I got next? All right, we're going to give away 3 of My Colors heavyweight cardstock. Now, I just want to remind you guys that I sell this cardstock in my store at shop.stampmesomelove.com. And it is 110-pound cardstock. We've got lots of different colors. This is just a sample of it. And when you purchase a paper from me, I will include a free card swatch. And I actually print and cut these out on my Cricut. And so these are all the different colors that we stock in the store. It's solid core, not white core, and really heavy duty. They're great for card bases. So all right. Can you hear me? Okay, Lisa says you guys can hear me. Audio's back on, but does not look like my video feed is working. All right, so we're gonna log out of this live stream, and then I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the other studio. So go to the Card Maker Success Summit schedule page and find that next live stream. So if my backups can put that link in there just to make sure, go ahead and put that in there. All right, you guys, I'll see you in the next one. Sorry about that.